Before you create your ad, you need to decide on what is your goal. When you're creating your advertisement or on Facebook or on Google, I'm using here Facebook because we're going to be talking more about this platform. But when you're creating an advertisement, you have to see what is your goal. This is when the advertiser will set the objectives to advertise on their campaign. So you have to see, oh, I'm creating as per se, a restaurant campaign. So where, if I'm creating here in Dublin, what kind of people I want to target? Which languages, is a Spanish restaurant. So maybe I should, on Facebook, it's just because I cannot connect my personal page here, but on Facebook, I don't know if you guys have that knowledge of advertising on Facebook, but on Facebook you have on your page, when you go to create your narrow audience, you can create showing where you are trying to reach. So if it's a Spanish restaurant, so you can target there, you can create an audience for Spanish food, Spanish speakers living in Dublin. So that's really, really brilliant because, all those people living here and all that people living, Spanish speakers, sometimes they may be missing their food. So you can create like an ad, like directed to the Spanish people living here in Dublin. But you can also, in that one, you can even create it in Spanish. So you can really, really target literally in that way. But you can also create an advertisement for English speakers or general foreigners who likes Spanish food. So then you will create a different advertisements. In the back end, you have to create a different advertisement. You will create the advertisement probably in English, but then, when you be targeting, you don't have to target Spanish speakers. You will go for general speakers, but people who like Spanish food. So that's, what you have to bear in mind first. What is your goal when you're creating a campaign? And who do you target? Who do you target? This is when the advertiser, that's what I was saying right now. When the advertiser manages the audience, and then they will define the budget, how much you would like to spend. If you'd like to spend, for example, here in Dublin, it's the same in everywhere, but here in Dublin, you can target the entire Dublin county, or you can go, for example, just for Dublin. This one is Dublin 2. So just for Dublin 2, you can target only people living in Dublin 2, which you make it more narrow. But sometimes, for small business, because Facebook, they go from big companies to small business. So the small business, maybe they don't want to spend like 20 euros, which you can start advertising on Facebook from, I believe, from 2 euros. So you don't have to create a campaign like 20 euros to the entire Dublin, because you know that you have a small restaurant. I'm talking about restaurant, but could be a store, could be anything. So you don't want to create a campaign for a restaurant and spend 20 euros knowing that someone who lives 1 hour far away from city center will not come. So you just create for this area, and then, in this area you get more engagement, more people reach into your restaurant, and you have better results. However, if you just want to promote your restaurant to become a famous place,
sorry guys.
No problem. Hey.
Sorry.
No problem. Come in.
How are you?
I'm very good. I'm Paula.
Dani.
Dani. Come in, Dani. I'm gonna just take her name because I will forget. Then we just start talking about advertisement on Facebook.
Yeah.
So I was telling the guys about the goal, and now we are talking about the target. So the target is, as I was explaining, then since when you're creating a campaign on Facebook, you have to see what would you like to create, what kind of target, what kind of people would you like to reach. So I'm explaining them just very fast because you just arrived. When you're creating the target, when you're targeting the audience on Facebook, you have to see, for example, if you have a restaurant, and the restaurant is located here in Dublin, but Dublin 2, because Dublin is divided in counties. So if you're living here in Dublin 2, so why would you target someone living in Dublin 15, for example? If you have a small restaurant, if you just want to make it narrow, so you would target here, and then later on, if you would like to promote your restaurant just to make it more famous, so maybe you would engage people from other areas. But if you just want to have fast results in your area that you're living, I would suggest to target only here. So that's what you were saying, because then you would decide the budget that you would like for that campaign. And I was telling them that I believe in Facebook, you can start with 2 euros, your budget for a campaign. Yep. So you can start from 2 euros. So you see, as I was telling them as well before you arrived, it's very, very interesting because it's not only for big companies. So Facebook is a platform that someone, even if you don't want to advertise with using budget, you can advertise as well. We're going to be talking about it soon. But if you want to advertise, and have, a better audience, have fast results, so you can advertise using some budget, but you have to be smart, you have to be clever, because otherwise you'll be just losing money. So if you are, located here in city center, so as I was saying, let's target just city center. So then you have to decide how much you want to pay. We have the type of ads, and we also have the type of costs. The ads, you can create like a carousel ad, which is the ones that you have a lot of pictures, or you can put videos as well. You have ads that you can choose just to be displaying on your mobile, or ads that will be displaying just on the desktop. You have ads as well. I believe that you all have Facebook page. Facebook profile. Yeah. So you have those ads as well on Messenger. That sometimes you open your Messenger, there is an ad in there. So you can target and you can see every side of the platform. You can choose where would you like to reach your target. Here in Dublin, when I'm promoting my own page, what I usually do is, I know that from my page is a restaurant page, so I promote a restaurant here in Dublin. It's the restaurant that I'm helping. You can go there later to visit. So it's a Brazilian restaurant. So what I do,
What's the name of the restaurant?
Wasabi, promoting them. Yeah. So I'm helping promoting Wasabi. They're my friends. They're very lovely. So what I do, I know that usually from 9 to 4 p.m., I know that people, they will not see my ad. Why? Because they are working. And usually the people that I'm trying to target are Brazilians living here. So I know that during this time, Brazilians, they are in the school, and if they are not students here, they are at work. So I know that, from this time, I cannot target nobody in that page. But usually what I do, after 5, I start promoting my ads, because I know that usually is the time that the students or the workers, they're going back home. So they're sitting in the bus, and they're rating their mobile. So usually I'm targeting more people using mobiles. That's my strategy. So usually I'm using people using more mobiles, because I know, they will be sitting there, they'll be watching their feeds, and then they will see my ad. But you can choose, as I said, the type of advertisement that you can do. And also, as I said, the cost. You can go for €1, €2, and I don't know, you decide for how many days. You decide if you would like to have that for the entire campaign, just that budget. You decide for how many days, you decide the areas, as I said to you guys.